Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, again, this is why these women cannot get men. They can't keep them. They are literally proven why men are like, forget it, throwing their hands up and saying, forget y'all. Like, this is why men are saying passport bros. This is why men are saying don't deal with the westernized woman. Because if this is going to be the mindset, who wants it? So I'm going to this is another one of those, the bubble pop, the balloon pop thing, dating show or whatever. I don't even know where these shows are actually at, or like what channel or whatever hosts them. I actually would like to see an entire one, but women be rejecting men on the flimsiest reasons. And so without further ado, I'm just going to let y'all hear this foolishness. And they already roasting the wig and baby. Anyways.
Do for work. Okay.
Tony, I'm 28 and I'm in transportation. I drive trucks.
Okay, let's start over here. Why do we end up popping Tony's?
That was kind of boring. It wasn't nothing like more.
Wait, what was boring?
I just drive trucks.
I mean, you asked what I do. That's what I do.
What they do currently is okay because they're bosses. I like a boss stature. Not saying that you're not a boss. I like somebody who calls the shots.
You're a gold digger.
I like somebody who can lead me because I call shots. I need somebody who can call my shots as well. What do you guys?
Which is why you and that wig is on a bubble popping show, beloved. Because if you were who you thought you were, first off, you would not be wearing a wig sitting on high. Baby, I don't even wear wigs, and I know you got to pluck the front in order for the hairline to look more natural. And it's like, girl, so this man is not quite 30 yet. He's 28 and he drives trucks. This is an honorable Arlette Amuli. So I'm guessing that's the website. Anyway, I might check that out. But anyway, she pops this man bubble, and really it's a favor that she's done to him. And he calls it out. He's like, so you pretty much a gold digger then, right? Because when I tell you truck drivers be making bank, and especially if the more that you've driven, especially if you might be a owner operator of a truck, or if you may have even a small fleet of trucks, maybe 3 or something like that, that's a lot of money. If you are a truck driver that goes cross country, lots of money. If you are even a regional truck driver, that's money. You know how you can work for companies that say you can come home every night, or, you know what I'm saying, you're home more often than you are if you drive cross country. Things of that nature. So it's various levels of truck driving, but I don't know a truck driver that can't make a substantial amount of money if he knows, you know what I'm saying, where to get in, how to get in, and how to do, you know what I'm saying, and make the most of that profession. Because most of the truck drivers I know make 6 figures or close to, typically. So they certainly make more than the average worker. So baby, he make enough to get you a better wig. He make enough for that. Talking about it's boring. And this is what y'all are talking about. This is how you let go of a handsome, clean-cut Black man. Look at this man. You see what I'm saying? A young lady would like to have this kind of man. He's not bummy. He's, you know what I'm saying, well presented. Okay. He has a well-paying profession. Seems like, I mean, on the outset, he seemed like a guy that you need to give a shot to. You need to stop and listen to what he got to say. You need to get this dude a shot. You see what I'm saying? A young lady would need to get this dude a shot. Okay? Ain't nothing ugly about him or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So this ain't no crazy looking dude. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he ain't got nothing going on. He's telling you, you asked what his profession was and he told you. And all of a sudden that wasn't good enough. Okay? And again, she does him a favor. She proved what we talk about. A lot of these women are not looking for good men. And notice I say good men, not nice men. A lot of these women are not looking for good men. They are not looking for stable men. They are not looking for men who have things together in their life. They are not looking for men who, and the reason that they're not looking for these men is because he doesn't have enough tomfoolery going on in his life for her to automatically come into the relationship acting out. So she's going to have to actually act right. She's going to have to actually show up as a reputable woman and a worthy woman, a woman worthy of commitments and so forth. And they don't like having to do that from the jump. They don't like having to do it at all. But definitely from the jump, they want that leeway to act a fool. And the way that they ensure that they can get that is if they get a guy that doesn't really have a whole lot going. That way she can talk down on him and she can tell him about all the ways in which he lacks. But if they start out with a guy, and this is doing very well because this is a guy that's still really in his 20s. So this is a young guy, right? This is not an older guy, right? So this is a guy that has been trying to do what he's been using his 20s the way that you use your 20s, which is to establish yourself and establish some stability about how you're going to live your life, what you're going to do with yourself, things of that nature. So he's not 28 trying to be a failed internet rapper. He's somewhere being productive. Okay. So what that tells me, what his profession tells me, is that he values being stable and productive. And these is exactly the men that women like her don't want to give a chance to. Okay. I just wanted to pause it so that we could sort of take in this guy's presentation. Like, he's not giving a bad presentation, but you, on the other hand, with your wig sitting high and looking low, baby. Okay. Now, she wouldn't be a bad looking lady. She got a nice little shape. She not ugly, but the mindset is whacked out. The mindset is wacky. This is how y'all end up with not y'all husbands. This is how y'all be ending up with so-called relationship trauma. And then you want to blame the men for being who they are and doing the things that they do. Yet you've passed up, for flimsy and no reason at all, you've passed up men that actually would have been good for you. And she's talking about leadership, but you don't know what his leadership is or isn't, because you've based his value and his authority and his masculinity on his perceived stature. He's not a boss. How do you know he's not a boss? He said he drive truck. He did. See, they be so ignorant. For all she know, he owns all the trucks. You see what I'm saying? For all she knows, he's the owner of a truck business. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that thing from another thing. So she wants a glitzy glam guy. She doesn't want a stable guy that actually might have good leadership that she can follow, because she's not interested in following no leadership. She's interested in being on some guy's arm that look like he's got some type of popularity or something like that. You know, he's shiny, and she want to be the thing on his arm, the trophy piece. And she want to be able to tell her friends that my husband or my man got this type of job and that type of job, and it's got to be sexy. It can't be stable. It's got to be sexy. If you want a scammer, just say that. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why men be like, I'm going elsewhere outside of the culture or whatever, or outside of Western culture, to find a woman that has her head on straight, that actually can see a man's value beyond this foolishness here, talking about his stature. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? She don't even know what she's talking about. This is how they end up with the Didis of the world. And I keep going back to that because it's such a prime example. This is how chicks be ending up with the Didis of the world, because all they see is the glamour. They don't be looking behind the mirror. They don't look behind the curtain to see who is this guy actually, beyond his money, beyond his status, beyond all of these things that you think are so awesome about him or whatever, which are superficial things. Who is this man? Who is the man? Not the money, not the cars, not the house, not the glitz, not the glam. Who is the man? What are his values? What kind of thought patterns does he have? How does he think about relationships? How does he think about women? How does he feel about women? How does he feel about commitments? How does he feel? Like, y'all don't be trying to get to know the man to see whether or not there's an alignment. And that's typically because y'all don't have no values of your own to align with in the first place. Like it can't be spoken on enough with you chicks. Like, I'm gonna keep hammering this point. Anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.